So it's time for another episode of Discipleship today. My name is Bob Benson. I pastor Christ Lutheran Church in Bemis Point. We've been talking about discipleship. What it is, what it isn't, how we do it, how we engage in discipleship, how we're not only supposed to be disciple makers, but we're supposed to be being discipled. We come together on a weekly basis and we touch little different points, and I try and make my videos short, sweet, and to the point. Today I want to talk about the great 21st century disconnect. There seems to be a disconnect in the churches between this is what we do on Sunday and this is what we do the rest of the week. Our discipleship for today, we're going to focus on moving beyond mere church attendance towards this intentional, relational, holistic spiritual formation that mirrors what Jesus did in the first century. He lived with these guys. He traveled with these guys. He ate with these guys. He did everything with these guys. They lived life together. Jesus's methods are different than we do today in the 21st century, and should they be? We have to have this relational aspect of discipleship making and being discipled. It's got to be born holistically out of that relationship that we find. It addresses challenges in our chaotic world today. The pace of life that we have today is way different than Jesus dealt with in the first century. We have this compartmentalization syndrome in our lives. This is what I do on Sunday, and this is what I do the rest of the week. We shouldn't be thinking that way. We shouldn't even entertain an idea like that. Really, discipleship is a 24/7 thing. Each of us have a private life, have a public life, and have a secret life. I'd like to live them completely integrated, that what you see is what you get. And I think that is the goal of any Christian, is to not compartmentalize that. How do we do that? How do we integrate all of that into one life that we live for one person, for God Himself, through our faith in Jesus? We integrate our faith into our home, to our work, and into our community. The Great Commission. As we go, we make disciples. That assumes something, that we're going. And we're being the same in public as we are in private or in secret, to live that integrated life. And that speaks to people when we have that integrated life. And when you have that kind of relationship, people will ask you to speak into their life. And that's a natural progression of discipleship. We need to be discipled as well as disciple others. My mentor always said, look, it's good to have an inner core of three. One that's leading you, one that's walking beside you, and one that you're leading. And if we all did that, just the inner three, the Peter, James, and Johns in our lives, if we had that in our lives, it would be very intentional. Those people would have access to your life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Then you have the 12. The other members of the disciples, who didn't necessarily go everywhere with Jesus, but they were part of His life. And then Jesus also sends out the 72, these concentric circles. It's a good thing for our lives. It's a good thing to pour into. I was encouraged by my mentor to actually put names on a piece of paper. You're 3, you're 12, you're 7, and don't get hung up on the numbers. And don't find an inner three of people that you just want to hang out with. Find people that God puts in your life that He wants you to invest in. Our tendency as humans is to find people that look like us and act like us and want to hang out with them. I'm not saying that people like that can't be in your three, but let God choose the 3, the 12, and the 72. And let's live this integrated life all together, where what we do on Sunday is what we do on Monday. We're supposed to worship every day. We ascribe worth to the only one worthy of it. So for Discipleship Today, my name is Bob Benson. Thank you for taking the time to watch.